We have a special treat now. We are going to hear from several people talk about their experience with Chalice Circles. I feel very honored to be here leading this service because I know and love every one of the people that will be speaking. I have been in almost every single year of Chalice Circles since we began many years ago, and Carol Flanagan was one of our fearless leaders. I don't know if Carol you might be there, out there somewhere listening. Thank you, and Reverend Nika, and all of these great people here. And it's meant a lot to me personally. I still remember some of the take-homes I got from that, and of course the individuals that I got to know better and would not have known otherwise were it not for Chalice Circles. So in order, we will be hearing from, who's up first? Marcy Wingard, and then by video from New Zealand, Karina Lepik, and then Tom Wolfe and Carol Jones, and they'll introduce themselves. And first up, Marcy Wingard.
Oh, okay. You need that. You take the mic. I should take that along. Yes. People tell me what to do. Okay. Okay, I'm going to hold this the right way. Okay, so, hi, friends. Marcy Wingard here. My pronouns are she, her, hers. About 11 years ago, I was a very new member of CVUUF. That was before we were Chalice UU. I received an email from the fellowship asking me to come to a meeting about starting Chalice Circles and if I would be interested in training to be a facilitator. I knew nothing of the concept of Chalice Circles. I was extremely cautious of what I was going to get involved in, as I was recently retired and I'd heard from everybody that you're going to be inundated with things to do. But I decided to attend, and I was actually quite cautious and I almost a little bit holding back because I had no idea what was going on. I didn't know if I was being inducted into a cult or what. The upshot was, though, that I decided to go ahead and get trained as a facilitator. Needless to say, I must have liked what I saw, as it's 11 years later. I'm still a facilitator and planning to facilitate again in 2024. 10 years of circles. Wow. Each one of them has its own character and vibe. Each one has taught me something. But most important, with each circle, I became much better acquainted with the people who were part of those circles. There's something special about meeting with people for 2 hours, either in person or on Zoom, either one, and listening to their deep sharing about meaningful, important topics. To me, that's what Chalice is all about. Building relationships with like-minded, interesting people. And Chalice Circles are instrumental in making that happen. For many people that join this loving community, one of their major reasons for doing so is to widen their circle of friends, as well as deepen their spiritual life. The great thing about joining a Chalice Circle is that the format encourages spiritual development, as well as helping the participants develop deeper relationships with one another. Yay! 2 for 1. If you have not yet experienced Chalice Circles, I highly recommend that you try it. If you have been a Chalice Circle participant and haven't done it for a while, I encourage you strongly to come back. And if you've participated all along, I look forward to working with you again this year. Thank you.
Kia ora. My name is Karina Lepik. For those of you who don't know me, I was a member of Chalice from 2012 until about 2020, when, due to the pandemic, we left California. I've been participating in Chalice Circles for a long time at Chalice, and was really happy in 2020 when they went virtual. And I've been participating in Chalice Circles from a long distance ever since 2020. And Chalice Circles are really important to me. They provide a religious connection that I otherwise wouldn't have. I moved to a place that doesn't have any Unitarian Universalist presence. And as a lifelong UU, really value that connection, really value that touchstone in my life. At the end of Chalice Circle last year, well, I'll go back and say that every group, it's been really nice to be able to reconnect with people that I knew in person at Chalice and meet new people and really form a connection, actually get to know people. At the last session of last year, our facilitator asked us to reflect briefly on our time in Chalice Circles this last year. And I looked back and said, wow, we've only been meeting for 9 months. And once a month at that, I missed like 1 or 2, so I've really only had like 8 hours with you people, and it's amazing the community that is really formed even over a Zoom call. And I really look forward once a month. I snuggle up with a cup of tea and my computer and have these wonderful conversations for 2 hours. But I started to reflect over what had happened over the last 9 months when our facilitator asked that question and went, wow, my life has been a huge roller coaster. And I remember starting every Chalice Circle going, okay, this is what I have to put aside. Wait, where were we? What was I doing a month ago when we last met? Oh, right, that's where I was. And having this group of people to just center me and be a religious community for me has been absolutely invaluable. And I really look forward to participating again. And I can't wait to find out who's in my Chalice Circle, what old friends and new I will be talking with this year. I hope as many of you can participate, and especially with remote options, anyone can really participate, and it absolutely deepens the community that we create together and the connections that we form.
Are mostly about 2 things. First, they're a means to dig deeper into the spiritual themes of the month. I love hearing Reverend Nika explore the various topics and how she and the other various guest speakers make me think deeper about certain things. But the packets that arrive prior to the Chalice Circle meetings come with all sorts of exciting questions, activities, quotes, videos on the same subject, even a Spotify playlist. They're packed with resources to help you engage. And whether you put 10 minutes or 10 hours into it, they're amazing. Second, and maybe even more important to me, is that the circles get you to know and understand other members in a profound way, similar to what both prior speakers have mentioned. You hear, in a confidential and safe setting, intimate experiences and feelings that have helped mold that person. The facilitator's main job is to create a warm and welcoming culture so that we can all speak freely. And we, do an outstanding job at that. I have learned to appreciate and share love with a variety of people in ways that would never happen at coffee hour or some other social event, especially for those of you that are introverts or, closet introverts. And you know who you are. You will find yourself eventually at ease and just loving interacting in that circle in such a deep way, in a way that you really have never seen before. I'm going to go off script for a second because Karina was in my group last year, and it's really amazing what you can still make these connections on Zoom. If anybody thinks I'd rather be in person. And in person is, of course, great. There's something, honestly, about looking at the 12 faces all at once that really embraces the commonality that you end up feeling with those others in front of you. It's really cool. Finally, there's one thing that makes those two reasons to join Chalice Circles merge. It's astonishing the 10 different ways that 10 people in your group approach those same questions and the same theme. You appreciate and deeply feel the new ways of approaching a topic, and you're also constantly amazed at the commonalities, as well as the, God, I never thought of that, but it's so true. I cannot suggest enough how much you sign up for Chalice Circles this year. Whether it's your first time, fourth time, first time since COVID, whatever, I think you should check it out. There'll be different time slots for you to choose from, and look carefully because some of them are Zoom, some are in person, and both experiences, they're just wonderful. Anyway, thank you for listening today, and I hope you end up in a Chalice Circle this year. Thank you.
Hi there, I'm Carol Jones. You know, the human mind is an incredible thing. It starts working the moment we're born and never stops until we get up to speak in public. I don't know about you, but in this age of social media, with everyone always looking at their phones instead of each other, life can feel pretty lonely. And those times when I do make it to service, I see a lot of people I don't know. And because human beings love to judge each other, well, I make assumptions. I notice a guy who drives a great car, and he seems to have a perfect family. And I think to myself, wow, he's got it made. Life must be really easy for him. And then I push myself over to coffee hour, and I notice a lady alone in the corner. So I go up with her to the intent of welcoming her, but her response is less than warm. So I leave service with my bag of judgments in tow, and somewhere in my mind is the thought, well, I'm certainly not going to have much in common with the guy with the perfect family. And for that person that snubbed me at coffee hour, well, I'm not going to invest much energy in them. But then I start a new Chalice Circle. And as life would have it, those same people are sitting face to face with me. And soon I learn that the guy with the seemingly perfect life has suffered some horrible losses in his life and is currently dealing with some serious health issues. And the person that I thought snubbed me at coffee hour shares that she has horrible social anxiety. And she was terrified just being in that room with all those people. And then all of a sudden, in a moment of grace, all those judgments that I made melt away. And all I see are two people before me who are fumbling their way through life the best they can, just like me. I'm sure many of you have noticed that I joke a lot, especially in large social gatherings. Some of you know me as the funny girl. But what you may not know is that I've always been uncomfortable in large groups. Because in a large group, I'm not able to get to know someone on a deeper level that I so desire. So in order to keep up social appearances and make it seem like I'm comfortable, I tell a lot of jokes. When what I really want to do is grab one or two people, take them to a corner, and really get to know them. This isn't usually possible in larger social settings. So I do the best I can, hopefully make some people laugh a little, and I wait for my Chalice Circle, where I can be myself, which means really getting to know people on a deeper level and sharing with others about things that really matter.
that is on? No. Okay,
Now
now
it
it's
is.
on. That was wonderful. Thank you. And these are only half of the facilitators involved in this year's program. So imagine having a group with these people. Wonderful. Thank you all each. Sign-ups start now. So I don't know if the link is going to get into chat for Zoom. Was it? And it wasn't in News and Notes this week, right? Oh, it is in News and Notes. Okay, so you can find the link in News and Notes. It's a sign-up form in Breeze, and then we also have some forms that we will be walking around. Tom and Randall will have during our coffee hour if you'd like to sign up on paper or just use the QR code with your phone. So a lot of technical stuff there, but bottom line is, if you haven't heard the message already, we're hoping that you will join us this year in our Chalice Circle program. And those that might not be local, please do it to stay local in our hearts, okay? All right, thank you.
Till we are together again. To paraphrase the words of Harry Chapin in his song Circle, all of life's a circle, sunrise and sundown, seasons spinning round. No straight lines make up my life. All my roads have bends. Our love is like a circle. Let's go around again. Peace be with you. Oh. Okay.